What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling exceptional today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the greatest, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how self-inspired you're here. We are in for an amazing journey. So the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going to avoid, of course, is all those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Oh. Alright, Cancer. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals. Feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Moon Day. The moon rules over Mondays. Hope you're feeling extra intuitive. A great time to maybe do some maybe some scrying, maybe pull some cards from some tarot there. But just a great time to just be mindful of your mood and let your intuition kind of guide you throughout this day here, Cancer. And also, Cancer, the moon is in a waxing crescent phase in the sign of Aries. And I feel that with this energy, this can be one that really kind of, this energy can be one where, the energies are starting to build up from whatever seed that you planted during, or intention that you set during the new moon phase that happened in Aquarius. And now I feel with the moon being in Aries, this is like getting really excited about that. This is like really paying attention to how you feel instinctually, where you want to go with this energy. Let's say we want to run a marathon, for example. It's like, maybe we've been feeling like wanting to join a club, for example, or maybe like a club, maybe a gym, or, thank you guys, or this could be maybe where, I don't know, I just feel like this is like starting to, or let me put it this way. I feel like this is starting to do the things that get you pumped up towards this action with this Aries energy here. Because Aries is this very, being ruled by Mars, this is very kind of physical type of energy when it comes to this. I feel like this moon is in Aries. This is like letting this thing that you set off become the thing that like gets you up every day. Let that be your lust for life. Whether I'm going to run that marathon, I'm going to commit to this painting class, or I'm going to go back to school, or I'm going to do whatever this thing, get that promotion. Let that be kind of your driving force every day. Thanking the universe for that willpower, the passion, that bravery to face this thing. And I feel too, Cancer, this energy, I feel, kind of invites us to face where we may have some fears with why we may drag our feet on starting up something, or where we start things up and there's not that consistency. Maybe that's coming through there. Maybe there's a source that is lying dormant with that. Because, the moon deals with our subconscious, and the moon is very subjective and analyzes the emotion not analyzes, but really has a deep comprehension of the emotions that she goes through. So I feel like this could even kind of help us get a deeper look at some of the impulses that we do to maybe even avoid what we're trying to accomplish there. And maybe there's just some sort of programming that's deep down that is needing to be rewired, in the sense, because I'm even just even thinking about where the moon's at in Aries. The ruling planet of Aries is Mars, and that's the dispositor of where the moon's at right now. And Mars is getting ready to go through a transition today, actually, depending on when you're watching this. He'll be moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. And so now it's like we've taken on, we've sat with the moon. You know, we were in this, maybe I don't know, I'm just picturing you in your lunar ritual there, Cancer, where, you know, we're talking with the moon, we're setting these intentions, writing these intentions out, praying to the heavens, whatever that's looking like. And now we've set that intention, and now I feel this is where we take that energy and go out into the world with it, to go unapologetically. You know, this is what I'm set aside. People may doubt what I'm doing, people may cheer what I'm doing, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to stick to my route there. I know this is what fuels me, and you have confidence in what you're doing. You know, just again, regardless of what I feel like any sort of external influences have on you there, Cancer. So this can be a very encouraging placement for this moon, and keep you kind of going with, kind of help you build yourself up and build this confidence as you're going through this transition there, Cancer. And this can be one too, because last few things, I am open for private personal readings there, Cancer. So if you want to understand even just like how the moon can, how she, when she's traversing through all the zodiac signs, how that may mean for you in your house. Maybe you happen to have a moon in Aries, how that translates for you. If you're a Cancer sun, you know the dispositor is your moon, so you do have a bit of that Aries flavor as well, you know, and how you operate. I'm a Cancer sun, but my moon's in Gemini in bet. It's at the early degrees of Gemini, so it's like I have like this healthy dose that goes on there, and how I perceive the world and things, and being able to process a lot of information and stuff. And it just really can be fascinating how you can see how all these pieces can build together, how these, what kind of questions that the transits invite you to ask yourself. You know, they're all invitations, I feel, with these energies. So, you know, never feel, I feel like it's a reminder to never feel that you're controlled by tarot, by astrology, anything along those lines. You are the fortune teller in this story. You know, I feel astrology just provides the tools and helps you break these questions down, and before they, you know, give yourself a compass and give you a map for this journey there. So that's something you want to do, Cancer. Definitely book a reading with me. I have that information in the description box below. Also, that reminds me, I need to go adjust that in my Instagram. So it's also in my Instagram as well. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. I'm on Facebook and even on YouTube, Cancer. And then these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I enjoy watching their, Cancer. Go show them some support. They're really fantastic, very, very intuitive readers, and I think you would gain a lot from their insights, get you invite you to ask some questions as far as how your journey's going. There's this astrologer as well that I really enjoyed, and I think you would like her content there, Cancer. A couple of podcasts that I've been really digging listening to, and then there are links for some apps that I enjoy working with there. So get these tools there, Cancer, and they're the links for the ones I may have down there may be because I end up paying for them because it's what I do, but I do feel they do have some free versions for this, and they're very effective there, Cancer, for wherever you're at on your astrological journey. So avail yourself of all this energy there, or information, all the stuff, Cancer. Now let's go ahead and get into your general energy of the day, which I'm with, Cancer, because you have the Wishing Well card here. And this is a card of unexpected gifts, kindness, and karmic jewels. And I like this card there, Cancer, because the first energy that stands out to me is these karmic jewels. And I feel that there are, considering that we have this Aries energy, the moon's going to be doing a conjunction, which we'll feel, you know, the moon moves so fast when she forms these aspects that we feel them more on a subconscious level. And it's like how we process this stuff as we go within their, Cancer. That's why the moon always invites that things are always changing, because there's so much to go on. But you know, the moon's going to be passing through, you know, doing like high fives with Chiron and the true North Node, all in Aries. And, you know, I feel like that kind of powerful conjunction could bring about sometimes between like today and tomorrow, you know, allowing yourself to dig up these kind of karmic jewels in a sense, asking yourselves, what are we afraid of? Have we been operating from fear? And how has that been translating? Has this been an over display, this domineering type of energy? Has there been a forcefulness, this tyrannical, or has there been a more passive? Has there been a more, you know, in order to keep the peace, that will shrink ourselves in a sense and won't even bother taking the risk? Because I feel like what happens when we keep that Aries energy locked up, when we don't express our Mars placement and give it a healthy outlet, that's when Mars and Aries energy can turn south, where it can turn into this aggression because the energy has nowhere to channel. So it's just going to create this environment. It's going to keep that stress going. And so I feel this is a time for you to wish the sides of you that you want to be better, wish them well, give them this kindness, that meet them where they're at. And I feel when you come at yourself with that compassion, then unexpected gifts do happen. Then we get this stronger sense of self. Then we feel more motivated, as opposed to constantly, maybe if we've been in like a self-deprecating type of energy that's just been compounding in, turning these, you know, keeping these jewels from being discovered. Because in these lessons and dealing with these kind of harder things to face, you do get new skills. You learn how to operate under this pressure, I feel like, is what's happening here. We get to this place where we're not in a reactive state. You know, when these emotions come up for us or when they bubble up, you know, we can deal with them in a healthy expression. You know, because I feel like Mars is one, you know, along with Saturn, that gets this really kind of bad rep, you know, just because it is aggression. But sometimes that, if there was no Mars energy, there'd be no life. You know, and that's something I feel like to remember. Like, Mars is a very key factor in this. But how he differs from like Venus or Mercury, who are in close proximity to the sun. They can never be, there's a certain range that they have to be within the sense of ego. You know, how we identify. Mars is not constrained by that. So this, I feel like, is a time for you to, again, wish yourself well and not keep yourself in a box. You know, you may have one image of yourself, but how do we push that image, make it bigger, make it futuristic? How does it grow from there, Cancer? I really like this. I feel like this can really be a nice little shift here for you with this, working with this lunar cycle. But let's get some tarot on this and get some details. All right, Cancer. Thank you, guys. So let's see what you have here. Interesting. All right, Cancer. So you have the the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Swords in upright here, and then you have the Temperance card in reverse. And that's interesting, Cancer, because I feel with this Temperance card, it's just like the Temperance is a card of moderation, and I feel like that. When we think about Aries energy, that's fascinating. When we think about Aries energy, and I'm just thinking about that stress, you know, we've gotten to where I feel like we've turned stress into an enemy. And stress is a necessary factor of this journey, but I do feel that we've become overly stimulated, you know, and just as a soul tribe. And I feel that because of that sensitivity, or because of that overwhelming energy, that we're afraid to put ourselves in stressful situations, because as far as like maybe trying new experiences, making that move, going for that promotion, we decide to cling on almost, I feel like, to the safety in a sense. But I feel that there's something here with the Ten of Swords that's betraying to our energy in a sense. It's just like, is this keeping you, in this energy of keeping you safe, is this keeping you fulfilled? And it's not to say that, Cancer, that you can't live because again, astrology doesn't tell you what to do, and if we don't express that Mars energy, or maybe however you feel like operating, I hope that this translates well, but it's not to say that you're going to be a doomed life or anything along those lines, but I feel that it can translate into wanting something more. It can become frustrated. It can become a little short when we deny ourselves these sort of instincts. I feel like is what's going on as far as like this need to, maybe you want to start a family, or maybe, but something is getting in the way. Maybe this is a job that doesn't allow that. You have to choose either or. And I even feel with that because Aries, they're associated with the first house. They're this side of self. It's just like, who who tells you what to do? What authority do you question? Do you answer to at the end of the day? And I know we have responsibilities and things, Cancer. I'm not saying that we're doing that, but it just feels like that how we're going about life is a bit imbalanced. We may be giving a little bit, maybe too much to that job, maybe too much to that relationship. And what are some ways we can get our sense of self back? Be a little more selfish. I feel like with this energy there, Cancer, because the Pentacles deal with more than your money. They deal with your manifestation, how people are. It deals with your health. It can deal with your material goods, of course. But I do feel that for some, yeah, just something I feel like is changing here. And I feel that when you show yourself this kindness, allow things to get back into this sense of balance, unexpected things happen for you, different opportunities open up. But I do feel a little bit with this Ten of Swords here, Cancer, that maybe for some, I almost feel this is where we've maybe been betrayed by, not necessarily, how do I want to put this? Help me out, guys. What this feels like a, it's like maybe we tried doing something before and we were betrayed by, I don't want to say betrayed because that doesn't feel like that's what actually happened. We went with our instincts and it may not have translated how we thought it was going to. But I do feel in that there is a gift in there. But it's just like it's going to be one of those things we need to understand the situation and see it for the gift that it was, even when something doesn't quite work out so well. With this Ten of Swords here, because it's like a big kind of wrench in this, I feel like, in this cog that's keeping things moving. You're going to make mistakes along the way. There are going to be times where maybe there's this question of, oh, this is what I'm thinking, or is this actually intuition? Like that sort of thing. And I feel like we're finding this, it's almost, this Temperance card is almost like kind of recalibrating a little bit, or readjusting to the flow of the energies. And now, we're moving on with this new understanding here, because this is Mercury in Aquarius, the Six of Swords here. Mercury is in Aquarius, depending on when you're watching this. And having, it's like knowing that things have changed and that we can't go back. So it's like, how do we reclaim this sense of balance, knowing this here, Cancer? But I think I'm going to leave that there. Let's get some more energy on this. Cancer. That's been happening. Okay, so that's been happening a lot, so let's adjust that. More. Okay, I usually been setting my candles over here, but I've had several instances now where the cards have gone like right on the candle. Thankfully, they've been fine. No damage, but it's like, maybe we should change things up a little bit. Absolutely, Cancer, I'm with this. So, I'm excited that this came up, Cancer. So you have the thank you guys. You have the Three of Pentacles and the Six of Cups in reverse. And then you have the Four of Wands, Cancer. And then here we are, the Chariot and sidebar, Cancer. This is probably one of my favorite chariots to date. I think of all of the chariots I've seen, she is hard. She's hard. That everything about this chariot is doing it for me, Cancer. And I feel that with this energy here with the chariot, Cancer, I do feel that there's this energy here with the Six of Cups, that there's something we're not maybe sharing with ourselves, or something that I feel like we're aware of, because this is giving me very kind of Pluto energy, this wishing well, is that something's needing to be looked at again. Maybe there was like something's not working with the Three of Pentacles. Maybe this is how we're operating in our relationships. And again, this could be with work, with friends, with family, it doesn't matter. But even with ourselves there, Cancer. But I feel that there's something here that's needing for you to jump on this tiger here and go face this thing head on, whatever this is. That's as it makes sense. But it's just there's something I feel like I was saying, there's like in our subconscious that we've seen that something that's been revealed, and it almost would be a betrayal to go back to how we've been operating, if that resonates with you, Cancer. And so, I feel this chariot here is just like the only way is to go forward, and to go forward bravely. We may have made some mistakes. We may have burned some bridges. And then this may be past tense or may be present tense. But I do feel that there is something that in these experiences, they're trying to share something with you, with this Six of Cups being here. Look at this we're going to assume mother sharing with her child here. And I feel like that this is you, Cancer, especially if this is something that we're personally dealing with. Like this is you sharing compassion and kindness for that past you who didn't have the tools that they have now to do what they're doing. And that's a cause for celebration, Cancer, because now you're coming into this different sense of union. There's this. And that's interesting too. I feel like it's the Temperance card, is these opposing energies working together. And I feel like that's how do we take this past version maybe of you and incorporate the lessons, not drag it along with you, but take it into and turn it into gifts, And I feel like a lot of that, because depending on when you're watching this, that's going to be a nice energy tomorrow, that Venus is going to be sextiling Neptune, which is a very easy flowing, this is a nice pleasant conversation with Venus in her higher octave, Neptune. And Venus is in Capricorn, this energy of patience. And I did a whole video on this, Cancer, and that'll actually be released on my other channel a little later this evening. But I feel like there's this patience here with what we thought we were going to do, and there is this compassion with ourselves and being patient with the journey. I feel like is a big one that was coming through there, Cancer. But yeah, I feel this is you. And being confident. Look at you embodying that Aries energy. I feel like this is you showing up really confident. Even if we're feeling some type of way about it, even if this energy does feel uncomfortable, but ours is a very subjective sign. And when we get ideas of what's going on internally and meet ourselves deeply there, Cancer, that helps us resonate deeply with other people, understand where there may be shortcomings because we've recognized them in ourselves, and we can show that compassion and that empathy. And we can find more celebratorious ways of going about this journey there. Wishing, and then going from wishing yourself well to wishing others well, no matter what even ends up happening there, Cancer. So, love that. But let's get some advice from Mars. And see, I feel like this can be a very healthy expression of this Martian energy, where we don't need to always tackle stuff with aggression and action. Sometimes we need to Mars can still have a very kind, uplifting, supportive approach, but I just feel like when we're like, oh gosh, why can't I do this? Why can't I be better? Then that just exacerbates when it's like, all right, you know what? I did a little bit today, and that was perfect. And we're going to get stronger tomorrow, because Mars likes that. As long as there's action, he doesn't need it to necessarily be right now, because a highly expressed Mars, is one that isn't necessarily impulsive. He's instinctual. He knows when it's time. He's very mindful of his energy, knows when to go forward, when to push, and when to pull back, when to rest, when to stretch. But Yeah, let me get some. Let's get some advice from Mars. Wrap this up there, Cancer. All right, Cancer. Thank you, guys. Last little bit here. Oh, speaking of all this energy. So you have the Nine of Wands and the Page of Wands in reverse. And I love this, Cancer. You got the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands upright here. And let's switch back over because that's dope. We ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. That's things coming together nicely there, Cancer. And I feel that though it can be hard to keep that faith maybe when we're not sure where the energies are leading us, where we feel we have all of this, because this Page of Wands is giving me, we do feel this tension. Maybe there's this energy that something is needing to change, that something needing to push you, but maybe for some we don't feel like we have it in us. We just might be feeling this burnout and feeling exhausted. And I feel like that this can be where we can find maybe some alternative ways to maybe redirect this energy, to kind of find a healthy release, in a sense, to kind of get you grounded. Because that's why I feel this Ten of Pentacles too is going on. We may be feeling this surge and it may be feeling overwhelming. And that's where I feel like it's when we haven't analyzed the source of this energy, where we get to that impulsiveness, that recklessness, that lower expression of Aries energy. And I feel this Ten of Pentacles is asking yourself to just kind of take a moment and analyze the situation, analyze what's going on with you, because the Ten of Pentacles is Mercury in Virgo. And so I even almost feel like, even just in saying that, because Virgo energy can be one of, it's very analytical, very methodical, very, very much I just feel like there's a lot of nervous energy in that. When we overwhelm ourselves with the details and things like, oh, I need this to grow, I need this to grow. It's like, I feel like there's this energy of just coming at it in a more kind of efficient type of approach, coming at it from like, well, maybe I need to move this energy out. Maybe I'll go for a walk, or maybe I need to write this out, or maybe I need to talk about this, or maybe do like a video where you're recording your anxieties or whatever this is, something, and then hearing that back to see what is that actually real, or is that even coming from a place of what kind of energy is that coming from? Fear, depression. But overall with this, I do feel that there are a lot of gifts with this Ten of Pentacles here, your Ten of Cups, that are going to come from this. And I feel like there's this with the Chariot, it's this energy of appreciating the journey. Even when, because I feel like it's like this, with this instinct, it's like I know, it's like, how do I want to put this? There are going to be moments where I feel like we are going to need to push a little bit. I feel like with that Nine of Wands, it's not pushing it when we're exhausted, taking time to rest. But when we have the energy there, I do feel like there's a need to just kind of go a little bit further, like when it's like, I'm just picturing it best for like a gym, let's say, you've been lifting like 40s and they're feeling great. You know what? Let's take it to 45. I got one more rep, one more circuit. Let's do maybe 45, 50 pounds. Let's just go for it and just push. The form may not be, and we want our form to be as well as possible, like just as a sidebar. But it may not have been the cleanest, maybe you only got like one great rep in, but you know what? You got stronger in that moment. And that's what I feel like. It's like just knowing we may not be able to do 50s all the time yet, but knowing that you can do it, feeling that, I feel like will really elevate you in a way, just get you more motivated in a sense. But like you're your own cheerleader there, Cancer. But I think I'm going to leave that there, Cancer. little something to meditate on. I love that we got the Chariot, because I did that when I was looking through this deck. That Chariot made a strong statement. But Cancer, if you like that, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this thing, Cancer. If you know someone who's been maybe keeping themselves down, or been having trouble staying motivated, keeping the energies going, been feeling pushed or feeling forced or feeling down with this energy. But oh, and just even something to think too, this is forming squares with our placements. So this may not feel, where Aries is more instinctual and just more impulsive, we are more kind of subjective, more kind of emotional. Does this feel right? Does this, and I feel like it's almost like those senses are becoming faster. I feel like as we get in these healing, we learn to trust that flow of emotions more and kind of channel that. And then subscribe there, Chariot. Hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each day. And last couple of things there, Cancer. Just a reminder, I am open for personal readings. And I'm doing actually some new stuff on and actually, check your chart there, Cancer. We can check it together. Come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. Because I do monthly videos there. I'm doing yearly ones, and the weekly ones that I'm doing are more of a collective video. It's talking about the different transits, when they're exact, and how they may just translate for you, or what questions they may invite you to ponder there, Cancer. So hopefully you enjoyed that. That's just feel like, I do a lot of tarot here, so I thought this may be something kind of like a nice little switch up a little bit. So yeah, that's what's going on my other channel that we'll be releasing later tonight. So definitely check that out. And yeah, if you want to know how these energies are interacting in your chart there, Cancer, yeah, definitely book a reading. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, Cancer. Ooh, so I can get you out of here, Cancer. You got a lot of heat. And I love that you got this guy, because you got the King of Wands here, Cancer. And I feel the King of Wands, he is very intentional with his energy, because he knows he's got a lot to bring. And when he brings it, he's going for it. So I feel that this is you just learning yourself energetically there, Cancer. There's some things, like some blockages that I feel like maybe being dealt with, these karmic jewels that we're discovering. But I do feel like this is going to help you feel more in control of your actions, more in control of where you put your energies, how you manifest, how you create, how you express. So I feel like that while you're going through this thing, be kind to yourself, you King. You are growing. You're becoming wise, because you're taking the lessons that you're learning and you're putting them into action. Letting the knowledge become, because and Aries actually said this, and I like this, knowledge, I don't know if that's actually, I don't know if it's his phrase or not, but, he said that wisdom is knowledge in action. And I really do like that, and I agree with that. So, let's take what we learn about ourselves, Cancer, put it into action. But let's also get an oracle card here, Cancer, so I can get you out of here. Oh, all right, Cancer. Nice. Thank you, guys. So you have the New Moon in Virgo card here, which is the trust all will be well. And absolutely, Cancer, with this growth, this wishing well, I feel like it's literally like asking you, what do you wish would be well? What about yourself do you want to get back to balance? With that Temperance card. And I feel like this Virgo energy, this new moon in Virgo is, again, it's asking you to trust that you will show up for yourself. That you can, that when you put it in your heart and get it in your heart, because you moved your heart up here, Cancer. When you have it in your head and your heart, just like this manifesting. I feel just everything just all comes together nicely here, Cancer. Just trusting in the process. And being kind to yourself, again, at every step of the way. But I feel when you because I'm picturing you as this wishing well, Cancer, And I feel that when you make a wish, like I want to be more confident. And I feel like it's being intentional, not stating what you don't want, stating what you do want. I want to be more confident. I want to I want to channel this stress effectively. I want to, like you can play around with the narratives, but I do feel like this could be one where you're kind of resetting things a little bit, getting into a different sort of flow, and really kind of dissecting yourself in a very kind way, but it being very realistic about what we're willing and can take right now. Having that energetic responsibility, energetic maturity. So I'm with that, Cancer. I think I'm gonna leave that there. So you stay safe out there. Because I'm wishing you well there, Cancer. I'm sending you all the kindness, love, and unexpected gifts and journeys that may come for you there, Cancer, and whatever jewels they turn into. And you keep eyes on the moon. Keep feel her out there, Cancer. She's starting to reveal herself a little bit. The energies are starting to grow. So, let's take action. Let's get this energy moving. And I will catch you, Cancer, on the next one. Actually, Mars Day tomorrow.